Okay, and today we're going to go over everything you need to know about Kanibo. Starting with Kanibo's typing then, it is a water brawler typing, so defensively we are weak to plant, electric, air, mind, spirit, and also we have a quad weakness to toxic, and for resistances we resist fire, water, bug, metal, and we quad resist ice. So honestly, defensively, Kanibo is just not it, okay? We have 6 weaknesses and one of those is a quad weakness. And for the resistances that we have, I mean, like, yes, some of them are kind of cool, like quad ice weakness is actually really nice, but honestly, defensively, Kanibo is just not it. However, offensively, Water Brawler is really good. We can hit fire, earth, electric, type plus, ice, bug, and metal for super effective damage. Offensively, Kanibo is a monster. For the stats then, we have 68 health, 97 energy, 125 melee attack, 103 melee defense, 9 range attack, 73 range defense, and 80 speed. So as you can see immediately, okay, that monstrous melee attack stat, we're going to basically obliterate everything, especially if we have something that can hit for them for super effective damage. The speed isn't anything insane, okay, isn't anything incredible, it's around average, maybe gets to outspeed a couple of other wall breakers like itself, or in general just outspeeds basically every tank and can just obliterate their defenses. We're not going to talk about the range attack, okay, like yeah, you can run water bomb for like memes, but good luck. The energy is way above average, so we have a lot of energy to basically just keep firing off as many moves as we need to. And then for the defenses, honestly, like, not like really trash, but definitely doesn't want to take a hit on the range defense side, okay, especially a super effective range attack. But for the melee defense, yeah, we can take a couple of hits, okay, maybe even try to take a super effective melee attack, like as a last resort. However, you have to be careful of your defenses because most of our moves that I'll talk about in a second, our most common moves are recall moves, so we are going to lose a lot of health just by even attacking. Okay, and now onto the abilities. The first ability that Kanibo has is Madcap. For this one, it basically just increases the power of recall moves. The second ability is Aggressive. For this one, whenever you get a KO, your melee attack will be increased by your stage. And finally, for Kanibo's secret ability, we have Ambush. For this ability, if the opponent swaps out on the same turn that you're attacking, basically whatever comes in takes double damage. So for the abilities, Aggressive seems to be the worst, okay, like it isn't bad, but if we're trying to get like more damage output, Madcap and Ambush are definitely the ways to go. Okay, then now let's talk about moves then. First off, I'll go over the level up moves, which we have Spray, Strike, Swat, Swipe, Sharpen, Hydro Slash, Bludgeon, Chase Down, Eerie Stare. Then when we evolve, we get Clobber as our evolution move, then we get Bulk Up, Piercing Drive, Rough Up, and Body Slam. Okay then, there's some new moves that I just mentioned that I should probably talk about. The first one being Swat. It is a pretty low base power brawler move, okay, I think it's 45 base power. Right now though, there isn't a secondary effect that it has, it just does damage. However, this is actually going to work against Levitating Loomians when we actually get Levitated in the game. So if you actually use this move against a Levitator later on in the game, it will do double damage, maybe can it do 90 base power, and it will also make them lose their levitate, make them grounded, so you can actually hit them with Earthquake and like stuff like Trip Root until they swap out and back in. That's what, although right now, it just does damage, okay, there's no secondary effects. Next up is Bludgeon, which is actually broken right now. It shouldn't cost 55 energy. I think it actually raises the opponent's melee defense instead of lowering it. But basically, it's meant to be like a hop kick or chop variant. Because also it's a crab, it's probably not really going to be able to learn hop kick or chop with those like club claws. I don't think it really makes sense why to make a new move for it, okay? So Bludgeon, it's meant to have like a 10% chance to lower the opponent's melee defense, although I think right now it's actually bugged and it has a chance to increase it instead rather than lowering it, which doesn't make any sense. And also it costs 55 energy when I think it's meant to cost 36 energy off the top of my head. So yeah, it's kind of bugged, but you're probably not going to use it anyway. And then for the evolution move, okay, Clobber. This is a 100 base power brawler move that is just a recall move, like it's kind of like Raging Tackle. Nothing really too much to say about it, okay? It was going to originally be called Clobber, but Lando thought, hey, it's a crab, let's call it Clobber, ha ha ha, very funny. Okay then, and now for the rest of its moves, okay, it's MMs and rally moves. So for the MMs, it only has one, which is Ill Will. I mentioned this on Twitter, okay, but basically, this is actually the first Loomian to not have dodge, period, like it hasn't got it at all, through level up, through MMs or rally moves, and it's probably going to be the only Loomian that doesn't get dodge. Basically, it's meant to be like an Oni crab, like one of those like troll things, so instead of like trying to dodge and like parry its opponents, it's just like trading blows with it. That was what I had in mind, okay? But even if it had dodge, I don't even know if it would even use it, to be honest, because it has so many like good offensive moves. But yeah, the only MM I guess is Ill Will. And then for rally moves, it gets Raging Tackle, Ice Hammer, and Driving Force. And really fast before we end off the video for how you could potentially use Kanibo, it seems like most people are running Brawny Nimble or Very Brawny, and then maxing out the melee attack and the speed for it to be as fast as possible and for it to hit as hard as possible. A little bit of energy, so also you can just fire off as many moves as you can before you need to wait or rest, and then just basically dumping the rest into health, because I don't think there's anything too important with like either of the defenses you can do. But yeah, for the ability wise though, some people like Madcap, so also you have some good recall moves. Your Clawbrew move is a recall move and it has really good high damage output, and there's also Stab, and then you also have Raging Tackle, which is mostly going to be used for like Bar Blast and Blowtox, I guess, to actually hit them. But it seems like the ability that most people are interested in is actually the Ambush one, which is kind of funny because you also have Driving Force. So if the opponent swaps out on you Driving Force, it gets Ambush boosted, you get a Stab boost because it's Brawler typing, and then you force the opponent to get knocked out of the ring, so they actually go into something else that they most likely didn't intend to go into. So yeah, kind of funny, I guess. And that's everything you need to know about Kanibo.